I'm B and welcome to Modify For Me, a game series where I take games ready for ages 8+ and modify them to play with kids as young as 5. Today we're going to be modifying God's Love Dinosaurs by Pandasaurus Games. Now this is a tile-laying game for 2 to 5 players ages 8+. Now a little disclaimer here, since some of the components are really small. If your kids are still in that experimental phase of putting things in their mouth, you should proceed with caution. That said, the components in this game and the custom animeebles are so cute kids are going to want to play with them. So let's find out how we can modify this to play with kids as young as 5. So here's our modification overview. The first thing we're going to do is shorten the playtime by adjusting how many tiles we use. Next, we're going to simplify the gameplay by simplifying the predator actions. And finally, we're going to adjust scoring just a tiny bit. Let's take a look at all the available components laid out. We have our predators, our tigers, dinos, and our eagles. We have golden eggs, regular eggs, frogs, rats, and rabbits. We have our started ecosystems. We have our player nests, and the active player marker, which is a volcano. We have our main player board, and a great number of different ecosystem tiles. We have the A stack, we have the B stack, we have the C stack, and of course we have the D stack. We're going to remove the D stack from play this time for a shorter game. Each stack also has a number of extra tiles for 3 to 5 players, but we'll be playing a modified 3-player game, so we're going to remove all the extra tiles, including the 3+ for the shorter game. Now it's time to set up. We're going to set up a 3-player game so I can give you an example of our adjusted player count scaling. First, we're going to separate the tiles into letter groups, playing with one less letter group. You're then going to place the animal board in the center and fill it with the tiles from the first stack only, in this case A. Place the animal and egg components around the board in reach of all players, and place one dino at the bottom of the furthest left space. It's known as the dinosaur marker. We're then going to prepare our player areas by giving each player a starting tile, nest, and 3 eggs. Then add 1 dino, 1 rat, 1 bunny, and 1 frog to their matching spaces. Choose a start player and give that player the volcano. Now it's time to play. In God's Love Dinosaurs, you'll build and create ecosystems and race to create as many dinos as you can. On your turn, you must choose one ecosystem tile from the animal board and add it to your ecosystem. Terrains do not need to match, but it must be connected to at least one other side. If there are any animal symbols on your tile, place an animal there. If you take the last tile from a column, the animal at the bottom of that column activates. Prey and predators activate in different ways. If a frog, rabbit, or rat activates, expand that creature 1 for 1 into any adjacent matching terrain areas. If there aren't any, you can't expand. If a tiger or eagle activates, it may move up to 3 spaces and eat a prey or predator. If it cannot eat, it falls asleep because it has no more energy, rather than starves, and is returned to the supply. If you take the last tile from the column with the dinosaur, dinosaurs also activate after that animal. When the dinos activate, you can choose to hatch new dinos on your nest mountain if it's free, and if not, you can't. Dinos then move up to 5 spaces, eating anything it touches. If it eats a predator, add 1 egg to your nest. Dinos must end their turns on mountain spaces, otherwise they are returned to the supply. Dinos must also eat each turn or they fall asleep too and are also returned to the supply. Gold eggs represent 5 regular eggs and have no other purpose. Once dinos have been activated, the first player marker is passed clockwise. The dino marker moves to the next tile row, and all the rows are refilled regardless of whether they're completely empty or not. Play continues until you can no longer refill the player board with ecosystem tiles. Now it's time to score. Scoring is very simple. Dinosaurs equal 1 point, eggs equal 1 point, gold eggs are of course 5 points, and our addition will be to score 1 point for each pair of matching prey. The player with the most points wins. Well done. Now it's time to level up, which is my favourite part. First up, we're going to extend that gameplay time back out. Firstly, by adding in the player scaling again with those tiles. And then next, we're going to add in that 4th row of tiles, so using all A, B, C, and D. Next, we're going to return those unique actions back to our predators. So we're going to have our eagles moving in 3 spaces in a straight line, our tigers moving 2 spaces. And if they eat another predator type, they're going to replace that with one of their own. As always, have fun with it and go at your own pace. If you want to add things in faster and in different order, please be my guest. I hope you enjoy God's Love Dinosaurs with your kids too. Here's a quick summary that you can jump back to if you need a reminder. Thank you for modifying it with me. I hope you enjoy this series and I'll see you next time.